I want to show you an example of how to find a book that would be useful for Essay 4. We're going to take the topic of the author of Trifles, Susan Glaspell, as our example. And you would start on the Howard Payne webpage. You see it right here. And you would click on this last link. You're probably going to want to maximize this to get like full screen so that you can see all of the information on the page about the book. So you click on library, and then we'll be on this page. This is where you want to launch all your searches for information in units 4 and 5. Now, I talked to the reference librarian at Howard Payne, Wade Kinnan, and he told me that this single window search here with the tab Stinger Search finds about 80%, I can't remember if he said of all the materials or of just the books. It's supposed to turn up articles, books, and more, and it does, but he was talking as if it didn't find everything. I mean, this is the kind of fire hose search where you're getting everything that is in the system. And I said to Wade, I said, should I tell students to click on the books tab if they want to find their book for Essay 4? And he said, I would tell them, go down to this area where it says find books and click on library catalog, he said. So let's do what he said. And you see this screen when you do that. Now, for some reason, when I click on the drop-down menus, I see the drop-down menu, but it doesn't show up on the app that I'm using to record this video. So you'd want to change it from words or phrases to subject. And you would want to put in the person who is the topic for your paper. We're just going to use... Susan Glaspell is not a big name in American literature like Mark Twain or Edgar Allan Poe. So we can search here for all the schools in the consortium, knowing that if we find a good source at Hardin-Simmons or McMurray, or we find a useful book at Abilene Christian, there's a courier service that'll bring it to the circulation desk at Howard Payne at no charge to the school or to you, but it's going to take a couple days. But since she's not a real big name, let's go ahead and search on this. And we find 11 books in our system. Some of them, this first one looks like a reference book here. It's an electronic resource, and it's volume 24. That's why I say reference book. Drama for Students, presenting analysis, content, and criticism on commonly studied drama. So there could be, electronically there, our reference source. This second title is at the Howard Payne Library, and it sounds like from the title a biography. Let's click on that. Susan Glaspell, Her Life and Times. Here is the call number. Whoops, sorry. Here is the call number. Well, it's doing it again. PS 3513, one copy. It's in the standard shelving location, which probably is the second floor above the mezzanine. And okay, well now look at how much information you can find from this screen. We've got the title of the book, the author, and here is something really nice. It's published by a university press. If you remember earlier in this unit, the audios, we were talking about a book published by a university press is usually a sign of peer reviewing before publication. That's very high credibility. That's a big plus as far as making this book a good, credible source. And look at this. 2005 was the year of publication. Now, for an author who probably died in the 1940s, 2005 may seem like a long time ago to us, but for a topic about an author who passed away in the 1940s, that's a fairly current source, especially for an author about whom not that much has been written. So we have two pluses here. We've got a university press publication, which probably means peer reviewing. We've got a fairly current, timely source, and look at this, 476 pages long. You can tell a lot just from this one screen. This XIV right here refers to the preface or the introduction. That's a Roman numerals. It means 16 pages for the preface or introduction. So basically, we've got a 500-page book. So that suggests in-depth, detailed discussion. So right there, we've got 3 pluses from our list of 7 criteria. We've got likelihood of peer reviewing, we've got in-depth discussion, and we've got a timely recent book. So very good. Now what do we get if we get full details? We have the table of contents, chapter by chapter. You can see the table of contents down here. Okay, look at this. There's a bibliography, which means probably, and an index, which means probably they're going to have disclosure of sources, meaning endnotes that tell where the information came from. It's a 9-page bibliography, so there's another plus right there. A look inside. Now this page usually has reviews of the book, those 1-paragraph reviews that I was talking about earlier. They're not here, but if you click on this all content button, what will happen is that there'll be a pop-up screen, and I'm going to have to it won't show up on the recording of this video for some reason. Even when I make it the active window, it doesn't show up. So I'm going to put another like a 1.5-minute video right below this one to show you what's in the pop-up screen. Let's say, however, that nothing showed up there. There were no reviews. You can still do this. This is kind of legal cheating in a way. You go to a place like barnesandnoble.com or Amazon. You type in the name of your book. Here we are at the page, and you can get a little peek inside the book and find, I don't think it would show up on the video because pop-ups usually don't work too well, but you look in here and you would find some sample pages. I did this earlier. I took a peek at this, and it does have the documentation. And you can frequently find, if you scroll down, now this stuff right here is just material from the publisher to sell the book. That's not really a review. But down here, where it says editorial reviews, those are reviews. This library journal review that they quote from, the entire 1-paragraph review is in that pop-up window that is in the video right below this one. And here's another review that isn't in that pop-up window from Theater Journal. And it refers to it very positively. It says it has scrupulous literary detection and astute critical insight. It has, look at this, engaging jargon-free prose. So it's not written in technical language, only to experts. Highly recommended. So this is a good book. We've got 3 separate reviews that praise it. The other 2 you'll have to see in the next video. But this would be a very good book if you were doing Essay 4 on the topic of Susan Glaspell.